Texas is actually now filing to have, well, starting their own legislation so they can have their own Bitcoin reserve. And we know what it is with Texas because Texas, they've been wanting to become their own country inside the United States for the longest. Every year they almost file to become their own republic. So they like, hey, well, since Trump basically saying states are going to have to start taking care of their own citizens, Texas is basically like, all right, bet it then. We're gonna get our own gold reserves, which is going to be Bitcoin. So to get their own Bitcoin reserves. So I'm going to show you guys on the screen right here is basically their framework that they have for their Bitcoin reserve. Let me go ahead and find this actually. So basically, he said the Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick has designated the creation of a state Bitcoin reserve as the top legislative goal for 2024, but it got postponed and everything. So now he's ready to do it for 2025. And they're trying to accumulate as much as they can through tax payments and voluntary donations. They also said that they said the critics actually was questioning the volatility and the regulatory clarity, while supporters argued that the fixed supply offers inflation resistance, which everybody knows with Bitcoin that there's only going to be 21 million ever produced. So that's going to hedge against inflation, especially that it has a small nominal, a small denomination, which is SATs, is sets. So that's short for Satoshis. So people won't be able to get full Bitcoins in, I would probably predict in probably the next 5 or 10 years. So we're going to end up spending something called SATs, which is Satoshis. So that's going to hedge against inflation. That's going to be able to be something where everybody can get a piece of it. So instead of something, hey, this is going to cost a Bitcoin to do this or half a Bitcoin, they're going to be like, hey, man, this is 23 SATs. Instead of USD, it's going to be SATs. So basically, if they get this approved, the first thing they're going to have is they're going to be able to accept Bitcoin for tax payments through conversion of the US dollars, which will likely follow with the given budget requirements. And they said the state actually has an existing Bitcoin mining industry, which consumes the surplus energy and provides practical foundation for such policies. That I didn't know. I didn't know they were supporting the actual Bitcoin mining.